first matter of importance is the minutes. You guys had a chance to look at them? Is there anything that needs to be changed? Or you got questions on anything in the minutes?
I looked at them, I'm okay with them.
Just a minute. I seen something. I gotta find them.
You remember what it was, Steve?
Not really. It was just significant, so I don't remember what it was.
Okay, I need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded. We approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I probably had a motion and second all approved. It's possible I could have left Rex in there from the previous week, but I changed it out.
I think that's what it was, Tony.
That could be it.
Yeah, I think that's what it
And if
was.
it is, I'll fix that. That's probably, I mean,
It was significant. When I seen that, I thought it
Yeah.
better be
that's
changed.
probably what I did. I thought I caught all of those, but I might have missed one for sure. But I can go back and fix it too, so.
Okay, you're gonna take care of that?
Yep.
Okay, then you're up.
Okay, I first have the monthly allied insurance claims with the admin fees and the medical and so forth in the amount of $54,177.60, $54,177.60, and I'll send this around. That second page, Stan would say what the breakdown is.
of it.
Okay.
Okay. What you got next?
Another allied next,
Okay,
weekly.
Motion to approve.
okay. Motion's been made and seconded. We go ahead and approve the allied claim of $54,177.60.
Okay, next we have weekly allied claims, and this would be pharmacy and some medical, mostly pharmacy, in the amount of $49,785.37, $49,785.37. It shows the breakdown on the second page as well,
right.
between pharmacy and medical. You gotta remember when the nose itches, it's on camera.
$12,854.41 medical, $36,930.96.
Remember.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded. We approve allied claim $49,785.37.
Next, we have payroll claims, of course, that's bi-weekly. This was the claims on 4/16 of 368,868.69, 868.69. Here that is.
Okay. Need a motion on that. That's about standard. It's
Yeah,
about standard amounts coming
Yep.
through now.
it's about that every time. I think some of these, it looked like some drainage maintenance and IT were the bigger ones than this one. Just FYI. There's a lot of drainage maintenance things in this one. Must be that time of year.
Yeah. we approved quite a bit. Any questions? I need a motion in a second.
So move.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made, seconded, the payroll, excuse me, claim be approved, $315,868.69.
Okay. And we have accounts payable claims. These are the claims that we paid on 4/28. And those were in the amount of 235,135.26, 235,135.26. I think this is what Bree had sent out to everybody via email
Yes,
this
Yeah.
week, I believe.
we all got a copy of it, should have. Did you have any questions on the accounts payable?
Just a couple clarifications, no. We had, just out of curiosity, we had Lehman Feed Mill. Do we,
Let's see, is that under the surveyor?
Yeah, drainage.
is it?
Survey,
Yeah, so
they
that's
help
gonna
with,
be that's gonna
there's
be
equipment.
supplies.
Gotcha,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, and then Plumley Farm Drainage, that would
We've
also
already
be,
approved that.
Yes.
when we was in the
Surveyor, yeah.
drainage meeting. Yeah,
okay,
Must be time for
Yeah.
drainage stuff, because there's several drainage
yeah.
yeah.
claims in there.
All right, other than that, I'm good to go. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. We approve claims of $235,135.26.
Okay, the only other thing I have under me that I'm aware of here, back in February of 2017, the commissioners, there was not a resolution, there was not an ordinance or anything like that. Simply, the Board of Commissioners, this is in the minutes, the Board of Commissioners have decided employees will no longer be reimbursed for meals while attending meetings of local organizations, such as the following: Chamber of Commerce, Rotary, State of the County, Optimist, etc. And there were several I shouldn't say several, a few department heads that wondered about reimbursement, and I tend to agree that there should be reimbursement for anyone attending the State of the County, because it involves the State of the County, and it's the commissioners that are speaking. So I feel like if department heads or elected officials wish to go to the State of the County, that should be reimbursed. And since there was no resolution or ordinance or anything, I did talk to Mark's office, and it would simply be the commissioners simply stating that the only amendment to this would be that they are allowed to be reimbursed for only the State of the County. I can understand the rest of it, but when the State of the County involves whoever the chairman is, and in this case, both of you spoke, I think department heads should be able to see that and be reimbursed if they wish to be.
What had happened in the past was that the commissioners felt there was an abuse of that policy. So they actually, Doug has suggested not reimbursing for any meals at all for chambers or Rotary or things like that. Because it was really being abused by certain people. So that's why it came into effect to begin with.
I see.
So now Tony is asking us to consider the fact that reimbursing just for that one specific
For the State of the County. Yeah.
State of the county.
Otherwise, I feel like there could still be some abuse of that, potentially. But State of the County, I think, elected officials, department heads and so forth would have every right to go listen to a commissioner and be reimbursed for it if they wanted to be. That's just my opinion. And it was such a good speech too.
So what's your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Well, the county government is a member of the chamber, and so
Yes.
we appreciate the invitation, and so I guess I would appreciate the opportunity for county employees and elected officials to come and recognize that state of the county, so I guess I'd be okay with that. I don't know what.
So we're just gonna, reimburse them for
For the luncheon for State of the County only.
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 It's a $15 meeting.
Yeah, it's a $15
Yeah.
deal.
Only State of the County.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
So
Okay,
would we
wanna
have
make
to
a motion?
budget an amount for that, or how would we do that?
Well, actually, for instance, like the Treasury Department, I think there's a line item for meals. Each of the departments should have some
Or
sort of a line
travel,
item, or
or-
travel.
So it would
They
come
should
out,
already have it in their
It would-
budget,
should be
I
in their
would think.
budget.
It would come out of their budget then,
Yes.
right?
come out of the department.
Come out of their budget line items, yes.
Okay.
I'll
So
make a motion.
I'd second that.
Motion's made and second that we go ahead and approve the, Ed?
Retroactive to your last one or starting next year?
Yeah, there are a
You
few
want to
people
take
waiting.
and amend that, adjust your motion to include this year?
We can start it this year. I'll make an amendment to my motion.
Okay.
Yeah, if departments have the money in their budget, then I'd be fine with that, yeah.
Okay, motion's been made and second that we go ahead and reimburse the $15 for 2021 and continue then that procedure from forthgoing, right?
Very good, thank you. That is all that I have under the auditor's report at this time. I reserve the right.
Okay, very good. We got a gentleman wearing two hats, do we? The engineer? Why don't you go ahead and come forward because you're the engineer and highway department together, so we'll roll you in one.
Bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper, well, you want us to add that?
Bottle washer.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty simple today. I sent out that email about County Road 950 South down at Geneva that goes west of 27. There have been concerns with the speed of people through there, and when people are trying to get out of their driveways or out of the one street that is there. So just, if it's okay with you guys, we do have the equipment to do a speed survey. And hopefully in the next few weeks, when one of us gets time, we will get that out and do a survey, and then we can report back to you our findings. And then kind of go from there if we need to adjust something or you guys would like to. So.
Okay, so you're gonna analyze the situation and get back with us on that, on a recommendation then?
All right.
I'm just looking to see how many homes that involves. Because there's kind of that little addition there and then a couple other roads right on the,
Yeah, I'm with the hill and, yeah.
so there's about 10 homes actually there on the south side. Well, and then, so it involved 14, 15 homes, or driveways, homes at least, so,
They're pretty close together, are they, Brad?
yeah.
Well, it seems like
They're all within that first.
it would warrant a review then.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wait on Brad's recommendation and, okay.
And then only a couple other things. We're still taking applications for dust control. We've actually had quite a few come in this year. And we will be taking them until May 14th again and still have around 1,500 plates to sell. And that again also goes to May 14th.
Okay.
We got quite a bit to do before May 14th, so.
Where are we standing on the plate sales? Are we about the same, down, up?
We really won't know until the end because we have a rough idea of about 2,300 every year. Until we get to the end, we won't know how many, and what we've done, yeah, there's been a few new buggies, but we won't really know until the end to get a final number.
Yeah, you only got about 40% in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got about,
Not that anybody would wait until the last minute.
Well, hey, we'll be there. So,
So how's your office manager?
we'll find out today if one of them gets to come back, hopefully tomorrow. And the other one goes to the doctor to find out the ongoing
Okay,
Thursday. You should find out more when the treatment starts, so.
well, hopefully they do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's all I got. So,
okay, very good. Thanks a lot,
thank you,
Brad.
guys.
Yep, thank you. Rick? Hey, Rick.
I only have just a couple things, guys. All the exit signs and emergency floodlights have been installed in the complex. It's all back up and working. We sprayed weeds last week. Hopefully they die off there around all three buildings. We're gonna start putting mulch down at the end of the week over at the courthouse. We're gonna put some new mulch in. Other than everyday things, that's
Rick, the National Day of Prayer would be coming up. Did they get a hold of you concerning?
They have not.
Okay.
When is that? Do you know?
Oh, gosh.
I
Is
do.
that, it's, yeah,
It's
the,
It's in May, it's
let's see if I got it on.
was it the first or second?
May 6th.
Yeah.
Thursday, May 6th. Was the fact that
Thursday
they
of the
may
month,
need
yeah.
to take and run an extension line and hook into the electricity there at the courthouse,
Okay.
like they normally do.
Well, hopefully we'll have everything spruced up.
Yeah, they're gonna have their own equipment and everything. They may need a extension cord, possibly.
Do we have a big long one? I was gonna say, I've got a big long one if you need to run.
What they need. I mean, I hope I do. I'm not
Uh,
sure.
If not, let me
Yeah,
know.
you have Wes Kunzman is, he and Pastor Dan York are in charge of that.
Oh, one more thing. Hopefully the clock gentleman shows up this week.
Is he scheduled? Okay,
He's supposed to, I said, look, I'm open just whenever you get here.
okay. Okay, very good.
One of the things, I know Ed Dyer had emailed us about locking or unlocking the north doors. How do you feel, or what's your recommendation on changing that setup, especially with taxes coming in and,
Well, the east door is open. It's the north doors that were under question.
okay,
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, we've opened both east and west doors.
okay,
To help accommodate that. I think when it came to the north doors, the sheriff kind of wanted to keep them locked for now, but
yeah.
just, that
I
was.
mean, if you guys think it should be opened up, we would make that decision. So I'd be up to,
Well, we've just got so many people coming in for COVID, and we've got so many people coming in for taxes. And, you know, Ed made the point that at the access doors we have now, there's no specific security set up at those doors. So,
The only thing is, it's better to monitor, we can monitor that better with security with the two doors, and I think that's what the sheriff's idea was with that.
sure,
I have no objection.
Do we have security here though?
No, we don't really, in my opinion, have security anywhere. It's in my opinion.
so well, do you feel like, that would be a security issue by having two more doors when we currently don't have, monitor here? I mean, as far as convenience, because like Ed made the point too, we've got a lot of elderly people coming in, and that's that much farther for them to walk for shots or taxes, so.
You know, I'm not opposed either way. Whatever you guys decide, I mean, I'll have it open. But, you know, when you go with elderly people, you're gonna climb stairs or you're gonna walk a flat surface and come in through the elevator.
Sure.
So it's a half a dozen, one another when it comes to that.
Yeah. Ed, did you want to speak to that at all?
I mean, I just hear it from the end consumer, who is generally the taxpayers that come in, and they're, especially the early birds that have come in so far, they tend to be a little more elderly. They walk up halfway, 4 or 5 steps, and see that you gotta go to the next door. And it says door number 4, they just go to the next door, 4 or 5 steps, same thing, go around the corner, and then they finally come up, and they figure which way to come, and they get to the office, and they're huffing and puffing, and just, they don't like it. Nobody likes to pay taxes to begin with, generally, and this is just one more thing that gets them aggravated. If we had security protocols, if we had a metal detector, or if we had deputies there, or if we had even a camera there, I could see to have security doors, a limited amount. But we don't have those anywhere. And I personally, I know where Dan's coming from, Sheriff Dan, but I don't see it. I think we should open it all up. We'll have the same issues 6 months from now, we'll have the same issues 6 years from now. But just, you know,
Jim, we got, you're sitting in back, we've had the east door closed on the courthouse for quite some time. Have you heard any comments on having, that door closed for security purposes or anything? Did you get any comments? Okay,
You know, it's, what we started last February, March, I guess, when we shut that door.
Yeah.
You know, the regular people know that it's still locked, they just go around on the inside of the courthouse.
okay,
We have not had any complaints.
okay,
Right out, our office has not.
yeah.
I guess it's some retrospect, in my seat, it's kind of nice if someone else got the complaints, because I've got it since.
They
I
complain.
know Sheriff Dan, when we talked about that, he was receptive to opening up the east side.
Yep.
But even after tax season, after the 10th or the 15th, we got two different deadlines. He thought that we should shut that door again. So,
Would you say, Ed, the bulk of the taxes, has the bulk of the taxes been paid?
No. We're about 24% right now. as of today.
I'm not opposed either way, gentlemen.
okay, so I guess it's up to us to make that decision. So what's your thoughts? I mean, we could open it up.
I
if you
guess
wanted
with
to.
all the increased traffic, I would tend to open those north doors back up, but.
You want to make that into a motion?
How do you feel?
I feel the same way, at least for
Yeah.
60 days, you know.
Yeah,
Well, we could go ahead and open it up until, what is it, May 7th? What's the deadline?
May 10th is.
May 10th and May 15th on personal property taxes, right? Okay, we could open it up until that and reevaluate it at that point?
till May 15th.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd make that a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded, and we go ahead and open up the north doors until May 15th. We'll evaluate it at that time. Is that fair enough?
We're gonna leave the courthouse alone, right?
Leave the courthouse alone. Thanks a lot, Rick. Jim, you're up.
You're the president guy here, right?
Oh, he's the president.
Oh, Everett's is.
He's the
Okay.
big hunt, he's the big
Well,
hunt.
you need-
It's not good to start out by
Well,
dissing the
Doug Bauman
president.
always
You
signed it.
disrespected, oh, you're in trouble,
You
Jim.
already got one strike now.
I didn't know who was the boss guy.
Wow.
I just talk too much, that's my problem.
But,
Hey, man.
you know, with the microvotes, our election vendor, you know, we have a maintenance agreement.
I got myself in
that we
trouble,
sign
don't I?
once a year. And this agreement is a 4-year agreement, and it starts January of 22. Next year is when this agreement starts. And it's gonna last for 4 years, so we don't have to do it every year, just once every 4 years. They've asked us to sign this maintenance agreement. And, the only change is the maintenance is going up from 12,000 to 13,000 starting next year. And it's been about 6 years ago, the last time they raised this, so it's been a pretty good distance, you know, from the last time. But anyway, usually in the past Doug would sign it, and then the auditor would sign the attest to that. It just a one-
Yeah, you got that in your budget. I said that's in your budget, right?
Well, for next year, I mean, when we do next, I
Yeah.
haven't done next year's budget yet.
Yeah, right.
And so we'll add that to it whenever we get.
But they want the 13,000 paid within 60 days of the date they invoice you, which will be
It's
next
actually
year.
like in January, they send us in.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's nothing any different than we have done. So.
Is there anything that we need to take action on if it's in his budget? I mean,
Well, I have to sign the contract, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna approve
Oh.
me to sign it, go ahead and sign the
Sure,
contract and
sure.
renew it, yeah.
yeah, I would make that motion.
Okay, motion's made, second, that chairman go ahead and sign the contract for the maintenance agreement on Infinity Voting Systems. Okay, then this is gonna go to you, Tony. Okay, that's been approved for you, Jim.
Moving around pretty good.
Yeah, making progress there.
1 second.
All right.
Can you do me a favor? You just ask her to scan it in so that we have it on record.
Okay, yeah, go up there. Here, you need a pen. Where's your pen?
Where's all the pans?
There you go.
I usually have one in my pocket, but I don't have one there.
The attest. Right here?
Yeah.
Here you go, sir. Yeah, if Andrew could just send that in.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs. I got a second thing. I'll wait. Down the line here.
No, don't steal my pen, Tony.
Oh,
I may need to
that must
sign-
be what happened.
I may
Oh,
need to sign something else.
yeah. We're just gonna have to share it again, huh?
Okay, Fritz, you're on. You're right in time.
Morning, gentlemen,
Hey, good morning.
and ladies.
How'd you get past security? Or, I mean, what?
He is security.
He didn't come in the north door.
I have these, you know.
Yeah, let's see, you gave me two of them. There you go.
Thank you.
Easy for you to read that.
I might take a copy of that, take it into the record upstairs. I can just go in there. I'll make one before.
Folks, I come before you
I'll copy that.
because we have Memorial Day coming up on the 31st of May. This is a letter requesting use of the courthouse grounds, primarily the Peace Monument. Just need your approval for us to be able to do that. I've already taken care of the city and its entities, so we'll start the parade at the post at 10 o'clock on the 31st. I will go to the Jackson Street Bridge to do the Marine and Navy Memorial Service. And then we'll march the Peace Monument, where we will start the ceremony there at 11 o'clock. Our guest speaker is Judge Sam Conrad. I invite all of you to come. In years past, it was a given that all government entities and senior leadership in industry or commercially to attend, and I would like to see a strong attendance, please. We'll loosen up a little bit more from what was last year, but we're starting to get used to how we used to do it. Any questions?
No, just need a
Do you,
motion.
how did you do that in the past? Did you have your own extension cord and all that stuff? Because we talked about that with,
We have a portable sound system.
you've got everything and,
We got everything. We're all
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah, they got their old setup.
yeah,
You do a good job. Excellent job.
okay.
We do our best.
So I need a motion for the permission to give American Legion use of the courthouse.
I would make that motion
Okay.
and so proud to be a
Motion's
part of
been
it.
made and seconded, Fritz, and we go ahead and approve that for you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you very much for everything you guys do too.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's our honor to honor our fallen. Memorial Day is for those who were killed in combat or died of causes from combat. And then Veterans Day is for all veterans.
Right. And you got a good speaker too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir. Thank you, gentlemen. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too, Fritz. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Call me up early.
Okay.
Jim, you're up again.
I'm ready for it, yeah.
How did you do that?
Thank you.
Submitting a request on behalf of one of my deputies. She has taken notice that the commissioners have been granting some new employees to the county extra vacation time based upon their previous work experience. And this person started in January of 2020, so she's been here a year and 3 months. And she started out as a traffic deputy, and then a few months after that, she became the small claims mortgage foreclosure deputy. And it says there, she's got 20 years of experience before coming into the county, working as a paralegal for 2 different law firms in Fort Wayne. And, when she came into the clerk's office, she had experience working with the Odyssey computer system that we have, and the e-filing system. She had experience with that. She had a lot of experience handling small claim cases, on the other end, as far as the lawyers submitting those particular cases. And she even helped out with the prosecutor's office. They're the ones that give us the traffic tickets, that she talked to them about improving their procedures. and to make things easier for the clerk's office, and they agreed to make those changes, and she's the one that saw some deficiencies. And so she had some new ideas on how to do the traffic, and she's done an excellent job in our office, and she's super knowledgeable. And so the request that she has at the very bottom is for an extra week of vacation. You know, this past January would have been 1 year where she gets 1 week after 1 year. And so the request is for her to get an extra week based upon her past work experience. And then, you know, there was that lady in the recorder's office that you gave some extra time, and I don't know if there's been other employees that you gave just.
We have not done anything yet with the recorders. Mark is working on this situation right now.
Okay.
So no, we haven't done that. Well, only time we've done it has been appointed.
For an
Like-
appointed department head.
Yeah,
That's the only
appointed
time we've
department
done it.
heads. So basically,
Yeah.
Mark is working on this
Okay.
to come up with something that we can have some flexibility on.
Uh-huh.
So I talked with Mark this morning, and he recommended that we just table this, Jim, until he gets his work done, okay?
We have had other requests, but we've
Yeah,
not approved.
Yeah, we have.
Because, like Rick said, we're working on that policy because, you know, I don't see it as an inappropriate policy. We just need to lay it out so it's very clear. But, you know, it's not inappropriate for a hire like this to be able to negotiate that. So,
So I kind of see what the picture is of this situation.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is
Sure.
wait till Mark comes up with that.
but, you know, just like Jeremy Brown came in with a request like that too. And so we had that discussion with him also, so,
All right.
yeah.
So anyway, it seems like, you know,
So
we're
it's-
still working on the policy.
It's in the works.
Yep.
It's in the works, so, yeah.
So you'll communicate to me whenever you guys.
As soon as we come up with something, it'll be
you know, start
communicated
getting
back to
yes
you.
or no, you know,
Yeah.
request there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
very good.
Because,
Thanks a
yeah,
lot,
that's
Jim.
quite
Appreciate
a
it.
resume to come into your office like that, for sure.
Yeah, did a super good job there.
Yeah.
With all that experience.
Good.
All right, thank you, Chief.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Jim. You're being sarcastic now.
I am being sarcastic, and I'm recorded being sarcastic.
Yeah, you're being recorded too, that's for sure.
Might have to edit that.
Well, it looks like we're ahead of schedule. Is what time did Mark,
We could discuss the HR thing if you want,
the what?
the HR thing.
Go ahead, yes,
We can
okay,
discuss that
Tony,
if you
yeah,
want,
you can go ahead and do
until the
that.
other people get here.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
This was actually going to be under county attorney, but Mark is in a hearing in Jay County. As all of you know, you approved or recommended approval, or however you worded it, regarding an HR position. Because our payroll deputy / HR person is leaving, and it was felt that this would be a good time to enter into the HR world, as we have, it's been years that we've wanted to, or at least explored doing that. So this is actually a good time to do that. Rex had resumes printed off. We went out, I don't know how many of you have heard of Indeed, the job search company, free of charge, there's no cost to it. We went out on that, and the resumes that you see, majority of those came from that. On that website, you can put certain requirements, and if people apply and they don't meet those requirements, it kicks them out, it rejects it, so the applicant knows that it's been rejected. We have 10 days to respond back to these folks and either say thank you for your interest, whatever, or we'd like to call you and interview you. And Stan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the process is going to be before the Wage Appeals Committee. They will decide how to classify this position, whether it be an EX or a non-categorized or whatever, and then determine the pay wage that they feel is appropriate. I have spoken with council president, and she requested an additional be put in under the auditor's budget because we checked with the State Board of Accounts, and even though this HR position will report to the commissioners, it has to be under the auditor's budget by statute.
Okay.
So we've done an additional, which would cover whatever the appeals committee decides. Now, this would be for all of you to decide, but I think time is of the essence because the person that is leaving to go to the private sector can help greatly in the training of anybody that we can get, as well as for helps getting questions together for the interviews. The Wage Appeals Committee is made up of 3 people. Stan, you're on it. And Yvette and Corey are on it from the council. Corey, I believe, is going to be on vacation starting April 30th until May 5th. So my suggestion would be Stan, Rex, whoever makes that call, 2 is a quorum. So if Yvette and you can meet and come to an agreement, you know, just like when Steve was on vacation, we did the same thing with commissioners. So it may be possible, if that's in agreement with the others on the appeals committee, that maybe the 2 of you can get together and determine that you can at least bring some people in for interviews. So that's just a thought off the top of my head that maybe we could facilitate the process a little bit, because some of these folks are going to have to be notified one way or another. Yes, we're interested. Yes, we want you to come in now, whatever. No, we're not interested. Thank you. Have a good day. You know, whatever that is, there's a 10-day window on these.
Is that window from the time they submit their application?
It's from the 10 days that we placed it.
Oh, from when you placed it. When would that 10 days be up?
Next week. I think I can get on there and extend that. Pretty sure I can get on there and extend that if need be. But at any rate, the next step, I believe, is the Wage Appeals Committee to determine the pay and the classification. Then you would then begin the interview process. And my recommendation on that would be the 3 commissioners, Mark Burry, myself, and Aaron Hackman. And I have to be here anyway for those interviews, so I think Aaron would be helpful because that's her bailiwick. And of course, Mark is county attorney with any legal things. It would really mainly be it would be the 3 of you making the ultimate decision. So
So the critical aspect is a 10-day window that we have. So
I've been trained to get together with the Wage Review Committee and have not had a lot of success on finding a time for all 3 of us. I'm more open, Yvette's more open, Corey's more of a challenge. So I will continue to try and get that done.
You think as you and Yvette can meet together and?
Well, and you know,
maybe he could zoom in if he has to.
well, and that's what I was gonna say. As far as the Wage Review Committee, I don't know if that's considered a quorum or whether that's considered an advisory committee or how we consider that. But I will do my best to get that job classification done.
That committee actually brings the recommendation of that committee to the council for approval, is the way that works. So I don't
When
know.
was that? That was established back.
2019 by county council.
And the council will not meet for 2 weeks. So,
Which is beyond the deadline.
so I will do my best to get together the 3 of us to come to a recommendation on classifying that position.
If you need, if one of them would need to zoom in or 2 of them need to zoom in, we can get that done.
Sure. I just want to, I have been trying to get it done in person and I think we're going to have to find another way.
Yeah. And that's fine. That can be done. We can facilitate that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have a problem with recommendations of those people that Tony suggested being involved in the interview. Do you have any suggestions from that?
No, I don't.
Okay. So
Unless
the
you
key
want to have,
is, the timing of, the wage appeals.
I will get on that as soon as we're done with our meeting here and try and get something set up either Zoom or in person as soon as possible.
I think you got 10 resumes that I had copies made, so I have a chance to look at those resumes. There's a couple in there that are very impressive, but we do need to get back to them from a professional standpoint. They need to have an answer to.
Okay. All right. I apologize for not getting that done so far, but like I said, I've been trying to do it in person.
That's not your fault,
That's
and it's
your
not anybody's fault.
No, but,
There's just a fair sense of urgency. I mean, the positive thing is Erin's not going very far, and I think her employer would be willing to have her help throughout the process as well. But we don't want to have to do that if we can help it. I guess my thought is on the interview process, you want to have people represented that you need represented, but you don't want to get too many people. You run into the same problem Stan's having now with getting everybody together. And if Mark is unable to make that interview process, I don't know that that's completely necessary. Perhaps Julie Marie or somebody could even stand in if he feels that legal counsel should be here on the interview process, if that makes sense. I don't know.
yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else on that? Any
No.
questions, Dan, Steve? Tony, anything you want to add to it?
No, I appreciate the foresight that the commissioners and at least the council president, it hasn't gone before the whole council. I appreciate the foresight they have in finally doing something with an HR position because, in my opinion, that's been something that has been missing in Adams County for years. So, for whatever my opinion is worth, I think it's $5.
Hey, it's worth a lot, Tony. Okay, well, the other two haven't, we got about 3 more items to cover, but they're not here. Ed, you want to share with your thoughts on the collection process?
Yes, gentlemen, I just wanted to let you know a couple different things. With both the spring and the fall collections, so far, we have brought in $4,563,000 plus taxes so far, and that equates to 14.2%. If you take just the spring collections, we're at $3,692,000, and that's 23%. So we're actually doing pretty good. With that, there's a pretty chunk left, 75% of the spring collections, and that'll all be done here in 10 days, 10 business days. So we will be busy. We're not too terribly busy on a Tuesday here today, but Katie barred the door from now on. It'll be pretty busy. And I just want to keep you up to date on things. One number that I did bring up, especially with the dynamics of what's happening with getting things through council and the like, we have actually billed out $32 million in taxes for this year. $32,027,000 in taxes. And that's versus $30,883,000 from last year. So we're billing another $1.14 million of taxes for 2020 payable 2021. And that's significant. That's a pretty good chunk, another $1 million for a couple different reasons. One is the tax rates have gone up. There have been reassessments made and tax rates across the county went up slightly, not a lot, but I think everybody's taxes went up some. But another thing is the real estate economy, and you cannot buy a used house anymore in Adams County. They sell within a week. You know, Rex's situation, they sold within 24 hours. So that's good. So people are having a hard time buying properties, so they're building more. And with building new homes, you know, they're not building $50,000 homes, they're building $300,000 to $400,000 homes, and that adds significantly to the tax base. So, I can only see that being good. I think your sewer district is helping a lot too, because a lot of those rural properties that were not conducive because they had to use septic systems and figure out what to do now. Now they can patch into real sewer system, and that makes the property worth more. And it makes it a lot easier for them to justify spending that big money on building the big houses that everybody likes anymore. So Adams County's growing, and I think in a good way. So
Okay,
things
thank
go
you.
good, office is running well.
So you're attributing part of that 1.14 million increase to increase in net assessed value?
Yes, of the total properties in Adams County. Everything went up, but then there's a lot of new building going on too.
Yeah.
There might be other economists that would have other looks at it at the same thing, but that's what I see. And I think it's only gonna be better for at least the short term.
Because we are on a cyclical reassessment to where every property in the county gets reassessed every 4 years, right? So, so it kind of kept it keeps the trending values more stable
Yes.
by
We use
doing it.
quite a few different variables, and I don't know them all, but in assessing what the property is worth, but a lot of it is the retail price of what they're bringing right now. And,
Which that adjustment is made as they get reassessed. And,
yes,
yeah. Okay.
everybody could get real good money out of their house right now, but then they have to pay real good money to find somewhere else to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, I just want to let you know that the collections are doing good.
What
We're in
we're
good
trying to
shape,
see where-
and
He had a doctor's
I see a
thirties.
very picture for
Everybody
the next few years.
Good. We appreciate that.
Wondered the same thing.
Yeah, I know it.
Any questions on anything? Thank you.
No, thanks a lot, Ed. Appreciate those figures. Okay, we emailed, a gentleman that's supposed to be on the program to see whether, to tell him he's early. He needs to get over here. Mark Wynn has had several subdivisions that he was supposed to bring forward, and he is not here. And Daniel York wasn't scheduled till 11:40.
I guess we could call her.
We could call her up to see whether she's on
By
her
the
way.
time she gets there, Jeremy'd probably be here. And I'm not sure when Jack will see that.
Yeah, Steve, did you have something?
Oh, I was hoping Tim Barkey'd be here.
Tim Barkey, his last day was
Was the
Friday.
23rd of April.
Just hoping he'd be here, being the last meeting, I'd get a chance to say something.
Yeah, his last meeting was last Tuesday.
That's that.
Yeah.
Well, did you want to address it to him specifically, or did you just have some comments about his work? So, because we may,
The press might hear what you have to say about it, as long as it's good.
yeah.
I'll see if Danielle can get on her way. Good morning. Is Danielle there, please? Oh, is she coming? Okay, this is Rex Moore, Commissioner. So is she on her way up here, is she? Okay, well, we are way ahead of time, so we wanted to try to get her in here early, so, okay, sure.
Yeah, do you want to provide us with a little soft shoe or tap dance or something? You bring your guitar?
You try to go Jeremy Brown.
I can email him. He should be headed over now, actually.
let Rick Burkholder know about the door situation.
He was sitting here. Rick was.
Did we make the final?
Yes.
Did we make the final decision?
Yes, Rick was sitting here.
You might already have a key in. Thank you.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. She had to take a resident for a checkup, she's on her way.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm going back.
Yep, thanks, Ed.
See ya. Well, I've emailed Jack and Jeremy, so we'll see.
Tony, I got a thing, I was looking at the American Rescue Plan, some information that was sent. And it said here, we need to ensure the entity, which would be Adams County, has a valid DUNS number. That's put up at Dun and Bradstreet. Do you know if we got one or
Oh, yeah.
not? We should have.
I got that done in February. We are good for a year, good till February of 22. We have all of that, all that is needed on there.
Okay, then the next one they had listed was ensure the entity has an active SAM registration. SAM is, we got that?
Yep.
Okay, so we're good to go on those then.
Yep, I did that. I got that done in February. Jeremy responded, he's on his way.
Okay,
Yeah, that was done in February, so we are good with all of that, all the
Okay.
stuff that they said we needed. Actually, AIC, Association of Indiana Counties, sent out a list of counties that were good, and those that may need to check on that, we're on the good list.
we're on the good list. Well, that's good to know.
I'm also on the good list with Jerry, Stan. I got a nice instead of a naughty card from Santa.
All right.
So everywhere he
Okay.
goes, he has to perform, doesn't he? Even if he's in regular clothes.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's a Santa Claus,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So just, at least for the public, as far as the American Rescue Plan, the monies, we're still waiting on clarification on how the counties, how we can use it as a county. So as soon as we get some more information on that, we're gonna be having to set up some guidelines and so on what we're gonna do with that.
If I could interject just for a second to let departments and others know, they do not need to contact the auditor's office asking for a piece of that money. It's not how it works. That will be commissioners and council deciding how it's spent, and there are only special uses that can be spent on.
Yeah, Holly?
Hi, I just wanted to inform you guys, we have no water in the building. There's a water main break, so there's no water in the building at this point.
So they had a main break, did they?
What?
Well, I know they were working on Adams Street. I wonder if that's where it was at.
I think I'm gonna go find out, because I'm in the middle of public clinic, and somebody went to use the restroom and washed hands and the whole thing, and so. we have no
Did you
water.
talk to Rick?
It'd be a
Yeah,
city.
he's gonna go down and see how long it's shut down, but I just wanted to inform you, in
Yeah.
case people came to tell you that. there's no water
Okay.
in the building.
Very good, thanks, Holly.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. What'd you say, Tony?
I forgot. It was about the ARP. We've had departments contact us and say, hey, we want to request that.
Well,
Nope, that's not how it works.
You're right, that's not how it's gonna work. Yeah.
I think there's some confusion out in the public as well.
Those are two things I-
Everybody's wanting a piece of this money, but it's not quite that simple. The city's got some, the school's got some, all these different entities got an amount. And the 6.9 million amount is for the county itself, but as you know, it can only be used under the guidelines that they set out that it can be used for. And many are just recommending that you leave that sit for a year before you ever.
I didn't want to just.
Well, there's a lot of
Do
thought,
anything.
there's a lot of thought that has to be put in that
Yeah.
process. See, because, you know, if you got people, legitimate requests coming in, how are you gonna police that?
Yeah.
Because are we gonna be held, you know, if they don't, if we give money out and they don't follow the guidelines,
Right.
do we have immunity from,
Yeah, those are some of the questions that have to be hammered out.
oh, yeah.
And one of the
absolutely.
reasons they gave until the end of 2024 to get both allotments, one in May and then one the following year. Two times they give you half of the money,
Right.
but they give you till the end of 2024 to do it because they know it's going to be a complicated process and
Yeah.
commissioners and council will all have to agree on the spending, so.
Jeremy, come on down.
All right. Hello,
How are you?
Morning.
doing well, how are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Did you get rid of your county attorney?
We sent him to Jay County for a hearing.
I think he
today.
just said he had enough, Jeremy. He's
Yeah,
gonna leave us hanging high and dry, right?
he's a bum anyway. You should
Actually-
see some of the people he's worked with.
Actually, we got Nate's back here, so he's gonna keep us straight, right, Nate?
Do my best.
You could have sat up here if you wanted, Nate.
Hear that every time.
I guess Joe Marie and I do sit down there sometimes, so. It's cool.
All right,
Thanks for coming early.
no problem, thanks for shooting the email, works that well. Deandra Peterson in our office is the victim advocate. She has served exceptionally well. All bias aside, she has a reputation among agencies in our community as just being a rock star. She and her husband Doug are blessed with a grandchild and are going to be blessed with another grandchild. And Deandra has always wanted to help out her children and be a grandma more at home. And so, as rude as it is for me to say this, I'm not happy she's happy to be a grandma, but she's going to end her time in our office in June. And so I'm asking today for your permission to post that job opening and solicit resumes and so forth. Just for Commissioner Coon's recommendation, because you're relatively new, our victim advocate position is part-time, and it is funded by a VOCA grant that is through the state and federal government, and the county pays 20% of her wages, and the VOCA grant covers the other 80%. So I think you guys knew that, but if you did, I just wanted to give you that update as this is in front of you. You know, it's a good time to bring everybody up to speed. So pretty straightforward request.
Yep.
Really happy for her and Doug, but sad for our
It's sad
office,
to lose.
but it's part of life, and we'll move on.
I have felt that myself recently.
Yeah, I think Tony can relate to that, Jeremy.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't realize the breakdown, so I appreciate you saying that.
Sure.
But I'd make the motion to approve that.
Thank you.
And motion's been made and seconded, Jeremy, to approve your request for replacement.
Thank you, gentlemen. I will see you another time. If you have any more, I'm not pressing, if you need any more information or where we're at with that paid time off thing, I'll talk to him about.
Well, we're working on a policy.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No,
you know,
if
that-
anything for me, let me know.
So that,
Appreciate it.
that was a very appropriate request. It's just we're kind of working on getting our ducks in a
I
row.
know you guys have a lot of things.
Mark was actually working on a policy.
Or yeah,
Mark's
Mark's working on
Mark's
a
supposed to have it under control, Jeremy.
Well,
Should I say any
So-
more?
this
It
is
could be
time
a-
for the good Lord to put his arm around my shoulders and his hand on my mouth.
We'll see you later, thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, Rick, you got an update for us?
Jack said he's on the way too.
Water's gonna be off for a couple hours. A main broke out here.
So are we looking at, let's see, it's what, 11 o'clock? We looking at 1 o'clock?
They said that would be their best guesstimation. I just went down and talked to them.
Well, the question's gonna be, if they don't have it done by 1 o'clock and we have to extend it, are we gonna have to send everybody home?
Well, I think at minimum, we'd have to send them home for 2 hours, but I don't know how efficient that would be.
It wouldn't, because if they,
They'd stay home.
There's no restrooms now.
I know it.
Yeah. Well, and even if we put in temporary restroom facilities, which would be not very,
Oh, that's not gonna be very practical.
you know, then there's no hand washing, no nothing.
No, it's not gonna be practical. What's your thoughts about?
So,
Rick, if it wouldn't come on by 1 o'clock, do you think we ought to close it down?
Or do you think we ought to close it down now?
We could send everybody home at 12. Think we should?
It's about the bathrooms, guys. You know, as you stated, nobody can wash.
And we just had COVID, I would say shut her down.
Yeah. I guess that would be my thought too, is for sanitation reasons to shut it down and allow people to go home.
Right. You don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Is that what
do you,
Is that what you want to do?
I would feel better. What do you think, Stan?
I would feel better too.
Yes.
Because you know that people are using bathrooms all the time.
Right.
Yeah, so you want to close it down now, or you want to close it at noon?
You might want, you should, what about people, just a question, what about people that had appointments for their second vaccine or something?
Well, they need to wash.
Will they have to go to the
I
hospital?
don't think that they're gonna be doing anything
No.
up there now.
I
I think
would-
they shut it down.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wondered if they needed to be told to go somewhere else or
I-
something.
They should contact them and reschedule them.
So is the courthouse out of water also?
That I do not know yet. I have gotten no calls from them, so I don't think it is.
Can we contact somebody over there to see?
I'll find out.
Because if they've got court going on or a Superior Court building,
But
they
I
may
would
be
have
out.
thought I would have heard by now, but I will go
I
over
would
there
have
and
thought
see.
so.
Just wanted, what you wanted to do here.
But if any of our buildings are without water, I would say we probably better shut them down.
If it was like 15 or 20 minutes, that'd be different, but 2 hours.
2
on
hours
this.
is a long time. So what's your motion?
I would say county buildings without a water supply, I would be in favor of shutting them down.
Now?
I second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded that we go ahead and send out a message, Tony, to everybody that the building will be closed, effective as of,
Now,
as soon as
So
our
this
meeting-
meeting's done.
as soon as our meeting is over with.
That's just the county buildings without water though.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, we don't know
Buildings
about
without
Superior
water.
Court.
Is it just the complex probably?
Well, we don't know yet, Rick.
I don't know
I was gonna
yet.
ask, yeah. Okay, so it's just the complex?
it sounds like it's just a complex, but I'll verify that.
Okay, do that.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Rick.
come back in and once you find out. Yeah, Jack, come on down.
Maybe we could get our own water tower. Morning, Jack.
Sorry, I'm not on the agenda, but thanks for coming.
No, you're okay. You're fine.
Last week, longtime probation officer Daryl Sleep was retired. So now I have an opening in my office. Looking for approval, the judges both approved, to fill out position with somebody new. And then also another request for a part-time field officer. And that goes into, with drug court falling in probation's lap with our new Grace probation supervision. So we need extra help to keep a closer eye on them. So, those are my requests this morning, actually.
Well, I'd make a motion replacing the probation officer. And then the part-time person, is that something, as we would move grant funding, is that something that would help with that?
Correct. So DOC was already giving money for drug court, and then since the Community Corrections Advisory Board stopped the funding for that at the end of June, I've been working with Ian and Community Corrections, the state, to move those funds over to help for this new position. So the idea is for this position is funded by the DOC grant, and then if they say we're not going to fund all of it, we're going to fund part of it, I'm working on my budget to be able to adjust for it. So I'm not looking for any county general or any county funding for this position. We're looking at get out of the DOC grant.
So, moving past the grant cycle, are you gonna take direction from the judges as far as how they're gonna use those programs or how they wanna?
Yeah, right now, Grace Probation is pretty much set up under Judge Conrad. I know he's informed Judge Coupon, but I'm not sure what Judge Coupon's thought is on using that or if it's gonna be open for both. It's still pretty new, so I'm trying to keep up with Judge Conrad.
I think there's more information forthcoming, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Is it all right to read the resignation letter?
Yeah, yes.
Is it after being a probation officer for the Adams County Judiciary for over 30 years, I'm ready to step down and resign from these duties. This letter is to document my official resignation from Adams County probation effective immediately on April the 22nd, 2021. So that was Daryl Sigworth, and we appreciate what he has done for the county. So, thank you, Daryl, for your work and so on. But so we'll go ahead and accept that resignation and then go ahead and make a motion. You ready to make that motion to approve?
Second it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, a motion's made and second to go ahead, Jack, and start seeking a replacement then.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
Any other concerns with the part-time field officer there?
not for me. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, very good.
What did Rick figure?
Yeah,
Have an update, Rick?
Yeah, Rick, you got an update? Both of them have water? Okay, good to go. So it's just here in the complex then. All right, thank you.
Good.
We'll go ahead and get the message out.
That's what Aaron is
Good seeing you, Steve.
Assume it would be.
Well, sure they get.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get paid for it. It's not their fault.
To be sure.
Yeah, Danielle? Morning.
when we thought you were gonna be putting out fires, we were just kidding. We weren't talking about real fires.
Put out more than I wanted to, didn't I? Yeah.
We got a request.
Just have a request for an admission. A resident has a connection to Adams County for 25 years. Assessed him, he was appropriate. He actually was an emergency admit last, I believe, Thursday.
That's when you called me, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thursday, my days run together. No income at all, no social security, no disability. We are applying for that, and we are applying for ARCH. He will qualify for ARCH.
Okay.
That makes us up to 15 males with 4 open male emergency beds. We are 11 females, which gives us 4 emergency beds.
So your assessment and everything, you're recommending that he would fit the criteria that you wanted to see out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we got a male applicant. So I just need to have so move.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and second that we go ahead and approve the admission for your applicant.
Getting the mess cleaned up out there?
Yeah, it's coming along. We got, now we have estimates.
Okay, Stan, you guys.
Rick might have,
It's coming along.
but yeah. Thank you.
Erin sent that notice out, is she?
Here, she's going to phone all of the departments in the building, instruct them what to do, and the question would be, is Rick going to, at some point, lock the doors? I told her to have them put notes on their doors that due to lack of water or whatever, they're going home for the day. So if there's anything different than that, I can email them and let them know. This is just a complex, if you send it out to everybody,
Yeah,
everybody's.
Ed, I think, can you get that on the radio possibly?
So you're closing down this building.
Only, yeah, this is the only building that doesn't have water.
Courthouse is fine.
Superior Court's fine.
What about the COVID clinic? Now that's shut down immediately.
It's gonna have to.
Yes.
Okay. Send a text to the station right now.
Yep, okay, very good. Thanks, Ed. Okay, that's all you got. Okay, very
All
good.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Danielle.
Danielle.
Yes, please.
All right.
Go down and charge your fire extinguishers.
Yes.
You need this?
I don't, I need a copy.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what time Mark's gonna be here. He had a doctor's appointment at 10:30.
Well, he may have to,
What?
he may have to wait, seeing as how we got.
He
the
may
problem
have
with
to
the
wait,
water.
yeah, because I don't think,
If
we
set
got
it
every,
up, if you gotta, I'm not gonna say it.
we got everything done as far as I'm concerned, unless you gentlemen have
Unless there's
something
something
more you
missing.
want to bring up.
I don't have anything.
Okay,
I will email Mark and tell him that with the water main break and the water going off, that the building is being shut down and he can just present this next week, I guess.
well, you'll have to wait.
You'll have to wait.
Yeah,
I mean,
you'll have to do that,
I don't know how long doctors take when you have an appointment.
an hour.
I've waited an hour just to get in before.
I know it. So anything from the public? Anything else? Nothing? Okay, gentlemen, need a motion.
I'll move
Second.
Where are you gonna move to?
that we adjourn.
Okay. Motion is made and seconded to be adjourned.